Hi everyone. So today I'm joined by Anna Araga. Thank you ever so much for being with us today. I appreciate you got an incredibly hectic schedule with all your studies and like so many environmental and social projects that you're involved with. So it's a real honor to have you with us today. Of course, you're a fellow top 50 student prize finalist, which is amazing, and you've got many other accolades as well. Congratulations, and thank you so much for taking the time to join us.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that you are having me this afternoon. And obviously, I so glad to stay with you here and get this part of this connection. And I appreciate everything. So come on, just get this time together and let's have some fun.
No, of course, that'd be amazing. So I did read a bit about your like background and your bio, and I was very, very impressed. I noticed that you're from a region called like San Gonzalo in a city in Rio de Janeiro, and I did a bit of research on Google, and I appreciate the cultural dynamics over there are quite different to but how it's like over here in the UK and many other places which I personally experienced. So, what is the area like? I noticed something about high instances of poverty and violence potentially, and how does this kind of like experience impact on your education?
Yes, of course. So I was born in São Gonçalo. That is a really incidence of poverty and violence. It is difficult for children to grow there with a good education. I have an example when I was almost 7 years old. I remember that all my class couldn't write their names or know the entire alphabet yet. And that's something that it's really concerned about the education because in this time we started knowing more about math and science, but people didn't know about how to write their own names. So that's a big, a huge problem in São Gonçalo about education, and that's why all my childhood, my parents always told to me, please study because education will be a door to you and some part of your life when you grow up. And this really happened. As you said, nowadays I'm the 50 finalists, and that's a huge step to me, because I was born in this situation, and I want children like me can have this opportunity too. I have some friends that unfortunately they are already dead because yeah, that's a uh,
No, I'm really sorry to hear that, but thank you ever so much for sharing your like powerful testimony with us. Um, is this kind of like what sparked your interest in the projects that you've been involved in then? Like witnessing all these like tragedies. Is that kind of what's like kind of like where you get your drive from, and like why you've decided to develop so many projects that you have done then?
yes, totally. My interest was with my background, this confusing background because people didn't have this opportunity, but I do. So I started thinking about, okay, I have this in my hands and I need to do something. I need to bring some change in this local and my community. And I always love to be challenged. I always like to have some goals, some failures too, because I think in failures you can develop yourself, such as in the professional area or in personal too. You have self-knowledge and the interest about sustainability, management, the business part. I think it's because I've done a project that I thought that it was just to teach people how to open enterprises, but actually the project is to start one. And all my group was, Oh my God, we didn't know about it. How high schoolers will start a business right now. And it was not a simple business, it was really in an industry because I was developing a bioplastic from cocoa waste. Yes. And and all my group was like, okay, I don't want to go forward with this because it's a huge step. But I accepted the challenge, and with this I started to love the entrepreneurship. I started to love business, even though the industry was a failure. Okay, I don't have an industry. I don't have it, but I started to remember my childhood and where I came from, and start thinking about it. My project is to develop people, to develop economically too, because I know how hard it was to my family to help me with my studies, to support me with studies, even though I had a lot of scholarships to participate in really good schools, but I know how hard it is. So the projects and content, everything that I've done was thinking about how can I become better to make people better.
No, that's really powerful, and it's amazing, like it's just an impact that you've made doing your like various outreach projects. And I have seen on Instagram in particular a lot of your like videos, which are amazing. I would recommend people going and checking those out. They are like the passion that you like put into them, and it's like the topics that you discuss. It's like really incredible. And the plastic projects that you like mentioned just now, is that in relation to your interest in the science of recycling and community improvement? And like, what's your connection with the JIRA project? Is that particular project that you mentioned?
Yeah, that's a funny situation actually, because Jetta is not related with this project with the bioplastic. However, that was how everything started, because I was doing this project and trying to understand a little more about business and the business model canvas either. And I've gone to an incubator, an accelerator on my high school. And the person that is responsible for this accelerator helped me, but he also showed me a person that is called Ali in Portuguese. He's the responsible for Enactus FHRJ. Do you know Enactus?
I do know Enactus. I've never participated, but I'm aware of the organisation, particularly supporting youth entrepreneurship. And they have, I think it's an annual competition, and they have that in Enactus World Cup, and it all looks really impressive. And the projects that come out of it are fantastic. So, is that what you participated in then? Did you participate in Enactus?
Yes,
Oh,
that's
amazing!
how Jetta started. Yes, because Enactus doesn't have just the competitions or the contests that in hackathons, but we also develop our projects on it. So we are like a self incubator to the members. We also have a volunteer club for entrepreneurship. So we are a global institution focused on bring youth to become real leaders, real leaders with the three pillars of sustainability. So we must have in our projects the part of social, economy, and the environmental part. So it started when Ali showed me the Emily, that she's already the CEO of Jera, because I'm the CFO, the financial director, but she's the executive one. And we started talking about, she started helping me with my bioplastic, how can I validate it with the market. uh, However, as I told you, was a failure the industry, but I started like it so much the entrepreneurship. Then I saw a post on Instagram talking, okay, we are open to have more members. And I thought, personally, I thought, okay, they helped me. They helped me. So what why can I not, you know, why not to help to do this relationship. When you help someone, you feel better too. So why not develop myself in an environment that I know people try to become leaders, to really help their communities, to support people. So that's why I decided to go into Enactus and the Jetta, because Jetta was a very project there, and I just started it as a startup with my members today. However, the project exists since 2018.
Yeah. So is that what you see yourself doing then in the future? Is like supporting other like social entrepreneurs with their projects, or do you see yourself like pursuing things like Jira as well?
Yes, exactly. And I think that's my purpose, you know. um I don't know, but nowadays I'm passing through the process of application, that is to join American universities. I'm trying to join one of them, and they work so much about your purpose of life, about what you want to pursue, and the things that you are there mold you. And I started thinking about it, and this year i I realized that I love social entrepreneurship, but something that I love more is people that can share their ideas, can they share and can implement it for real. You know, it's so beautiful. You live and you receive money, and you can sustain yourself with your dreams. And I want to participate on it. I really want to be the person that is able to help someone to start their dreams. And that's why I want to support many micro entrepreneurs, you know, because why not bring the experience, the background I already have, and support them. Something that I am nowadays. I'm a mentor on the Aliança Empreendedora. It's like Entrepreneurship Alliance. Is an institution, an NGO that help people that have micro entrepreneurs to start their ventures here in Brazil. And nowadays, I'm one of their mentors in the part of finance, innovation, the part of management too. And it's been a so amazing experience, because I know that I'm supporting real people. You see, um, because sometimes I have this thought of on Instagram. Sometimes I'm not. I can be so close with the person I want to help, and I'm trying to improve it too. So I really want to pursue it, to help micro entrepreneurs and grow their economic fields to become themselves.
No, that's amazing, and it's a good way to scale that growth as well by supporting other social entrepreneurs. Of course, they can set up their own organizations, and it creates a bigger ecosystem, doesn't it? So if there's a particular like areas of support that's needed in your community, that's a good way to make sure that it's a substantive difference that's being made, rather than just focusing on one particular organization, which could of course be yourself. By having multiple organizations that in that region, I think it creates quite a nice like incubation hub, doesn't it, really, with the different projects that everyone's working on. And personally, my favorite sustainable development goal is actually partnership. I think that if we work in collaboration, that's like how you like generate ideas and how we can like support each other and grow together as a community and overcome various challenges and conflicts.
Yeah, I I love SDGs because every social entrepreneurship, I think, would must have three ones to guide us to understand our impact. I really appreciate that you like it too. Mine is the 12th, that is about the the conscious prediction, and the fourth, that is about education. I think this two part of my life and my experiences bring to me this kind of, okay, I relate with you guys.
That's really interesting. Well, and thank you ever so much for like sharing your story with us today and discussing the amazing projects that you're working on. It's definitely something that has sparked my curiosity, and I'll definitely reach out to you after this based on my own recycling projects that we're working on here in the UK. I think there's definitely a lot of synergies, and I believe our audience has learned a lot, particularly in terms of combating conflict and environmental conflict and the impact that that can have in particular regions. So thank you ever so much for sharing your insights with us. It's really meant a lot.
Oh, I'm so grateful to stay here this afternoon. I think it's incredible because we have this power in our hands to really do a change. And you're in UK and I'm here from Brazil, and we can have this relationship, this connection, and our background they are different, but at the same time we're so connect with each other. We can help each other with our project, bring some ideas, insights, or partnerships too. And I'm so excited to know you and know what you do. And really, everything that you're doing is incredible. And I know that you're doing a real impact. Everyone as the 50 finalists are doing real impacts. We are not here because of prize, but we are here because we want to see the change in the world. And I'm so glad to have this meeting, this conversation with you. Thank you so much.
It's amazing. Thank you ever so much. It really means a lot. And like you said, technology is so amazing nowadays. We can like be able to connect with people from literally anywhere, and it's definitely a blessing. So thank you ever so much.